Okay, Eat, Pray, Love is based on the Elizabeth Gilbert book that really resonated with a lot of women. Now, all women loved this movie. It was an open, big deal. All guys would rather kill themselves than even look at it at the bookstore, but all the women loved it. And I understand, because it's very female empowering. And the book really came from this woman's heart, right? At least in the passages that I read at the bookstore. You know, here's what happens. You go to the bookstore, Eat, Pray, Love is there, which means all the girls are there. So you kind of walk up to the area where Eat, Pray, Love is, and you go, oh, interesting. You look around. Oh, I'm so in touch with my feminine side. I'm going to pretend like I'm flipping through Eat, Pray, Love. Oh, hello there, young missy. I see that you're reading Eat, Pray, Love. Would you like to go to the screening? No, I didn't.
Wow.
Okay,
Well, you already took somebody to the screening.
I did, yes, I did.
Okay,
so
I'd love to see Mark work in the Disney store. That would be a whole new experience. Okay.
How dare you? Okay, so now we have the movie Eat, Pray, Love. It was inevitable there'd be a movie, and it stars Julia Roberts. She plays a woman who has just gone through a very painful divorce, and she needs to find herself, so she decides to take a year off and travel the world on sort of a spiritual journey. She will go to Italy, where she will eat. She'll go to India, where she'll pray, and she'll go to Indonesia, where she will love. Notice how each of those areas starts with an I. It's all about I. Let's look at a clip.
I'm in love. I'm having a relationship with my pizza. You look like you're breaking up with the pizza. What's the matter?
I can't.
I mean, you can't. This is pizza margarita in Napoli. It is your moral imperative to eat and enjoy that pizza.
I want to, but I've gained like 10 pounds. I mean, I've got this right here in my tummy, you know, this, what's the word for it?
A muffin top. I have one too.
I unbuttoned my jeans like 5 minutes ago just looking at this.
Let me ask you a question. In all the years you've ever undressed in front of a gentleman?
Hasn't been that many.
All right, well, has he ever asked you to leave? Has he ever walked out, left? No, because he doesn't care. He's in a room with a naked girl. He's won the lottery. I'm so tired of saying no and waking up in the morning and recalling every single thing I ate the day before, counting every calorie I consumed so I know exactly how much self-loathing to take into the shower. I'm going for it. I'm no interest in being obese. I'm just through with the guilt. So this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to finish this pizza, and then we're going to go watch the soccer game. And tomorrow, we're going to go on a little date and buy ourselves some bigger jeans. Giovanni likes a muffin.
Now, Julia Roberts is, of course, crucial to the film, but the real most valuable player of this film is Ryan Murphy. Now, Ryan Murphy is the guy who created Glee and who created Nip Tuck. So right now, this guy is hot. However, that's not the Ryan Murphy who shows up to this movie as a director. The Ryan Murphy who shows up to this movie is the Ryan Murphy who directed Running with Scissors, which is another literary adaptation, the Augustin Burroughs book, and that movie was dreadful. Now, Eat, Pray, Love is not dreadful. I'll say what I didn't like about it was that I felt as if it was a banal sort of travelogue that took all of this rich, interior, spiritual stuff from the book, and it actually lifted passages from the book into the movie, that Julia Roberts says. But it took all of that stuff and really flattened it out and made it banal. And there really is not a whole lot of spiritual enlightenment in this film. You know, the movie mentions religion without really being, let's say, religious, because you can't take that chance, right? And in the movie, there's a whole lot of loving shots of the food because she's gonna, you know, she's afraid she's gonna gain weight, but she's having so much fun. Everybody in the film is fantastic. Everybody's pretty. Everybody's her friend. It just winds up being a little too prettified for me. And Julia Roberts, although I understand completely why they would cast her, I liked her, she's fine, she's got the $1 million smile, but she's really not that, like we were talking about Michael Cera. For this sort of role, she's really not that much of an interior actress. Julia Roberts is a great pop actress, where if you're in Ocean's 12 or even Erin Brockovich, whatever it is, which you won an Oscar for, she'll bring it. But if you need those deeper emotions, you're not going to get that from Julia Roberts. And this film, which is very slickly shot, beautifully shot, but the problem is that it's beautiful, which I don't think was the aesthetic they really should have been going for. It to be much richer and much more deeper and much more real. You know, life is very messy. This film is just not messy. She goes to these 3 places, learns what she has to learn, and then it's it. That being said, you will sit there and basically think it's fine. You won't dislike it. But I just think that it should have been a much richer, deeper experience, and it just wasn't.
So you're telling me that I actually got the better end of this deal. Because see, what nobody realizes here, I was originally supposed to see Eat, Pray, Love, and you were going to see The Expendables.
No, here's what happens. I'll tell you what happens.
This is
This is what
honestly, I wanted to see Eat, Pray, Love, and Mark said, well, I'll go see The Expendables, and I'm like, thank God, because, you know, I don't want to have to see that crap. I want to see the Julia Roberts movie.
And it turned out not crap.
It turned out to be really fun.
Eat, Pray, Love, crap. No, it's not crap.
So why?
Here's what happens. So early in the week, Wade, Mike, and myself start emailing each other and saying, what have you seen? Who's seen what? Now, this is an odd week because we didn't see any of the same films except for Animal Kingdom.
Everything was
off.
So,
like we said earlier, Expendables and Eat, Pray, Love were screening on the same night at the same time. So what I did is I said, look, if I get a date for Eat, Pray, Love, stop the laughter. If I get a date for
underline if.
Exactly. If I get a date for Eat, Pray, Love, I'm going to have to see that. If I don't, I'd much rather see The Expendables, right? So what happens is I get a date for Eat, Pray, Love, and then you got to go see The Expendables.
And I go, oh. God,
and you wind up seeing a really terrific film.
And I laughed and I went woo, and I got into it, and I got my man on, and there you come on.
I don't know what that means.
I don't know
You
either.
know, testosterone, guys, muscle, hair, sweat. You know, the whole Tom Jonesy thing.
And now, when you go on a date afterwards, do you act like a critic and start tearing apart the film, and she's just like whatever?
Well,
or do you just
this
kind
is
of
the-
not
no,
talk
this is
about
the
it?
Here's what
thing.
happens. What?
Mark tells her. Mark goes, yeah, you know, we could have gone to see The Expendables.
And she was like, I would so rather see that.
Oh, that's a good girl. See, that's what I said. I said if the woman wants to eat, pray, love, you don't want to date that woman.
Okay.
So that was a good thing.
Yeah, that's a good thing.
You found out
Okay.
you found out something good about her.
That is very
Yes.
true. So
And the
anyway,
whole
so
chat room right now is we want to hear more about the date.
Okay, we're not hearing about
Somebody.
This
fact,
is not stupid
fact,
for dating.
If I was single, I would totally go on a date with Mark.
Look at that.
That's a fact from I believe his name was Barry. No, it was Jamie.
What?
It's right there.
Hi, Jamie.
Fact. If I was single, I would go on a date with Mark.
All right. So anyway, Eat, Pray, Love. It's fine, but it's not what it should have been. It's not what it should have been. Ryan Murphy guarantees that. And really, in a sense, so does Julia Roberts, because she's not going to bring her really rich, deep A game, which I don't think she really has.
You know
Again, you know what? It would be like if a man were to star in this film, let's say, which would be called to Eat Video Games Poop. That would be the male version, Eat Video Games Poop. It would be like casting Harrison Ford, where you'd get a completely serviceable, professional performance that doesn't really go anywhere.
In the clip we showed where she's eating pizza, that's awfully impressive pizza eating.
Well, there's a whole lot of food porn in that first part.
That's a good way of putting it.
There's a whole lot of food porn because, you know, the idea is that she feels liberated to eat all this food. And there's a shot in the film where she's in a dressing room with her girlfriend, and Julia Roberts has eaten so much that she can't get into her new pants that she's trying to buy. Which, of course, shows that the film... Here's what also I don't like about this film, which, by the way, is the same thing with the book. But the book is different. Let me just say this one thing, then we'll move on.
You read the book. You read the book, right? That's what I was going to ask.
No. But I do know how the book ended. I'm not going to read that crap. I do know how the book ended. And in the book it's a different experience, I think. But in the movie, what annoyed me was this. Here's what annoys me in the movie. You get this a woman, and she just got a divorce, and she was just in this strange affair with an actor played by James Franco, and men are really bad to her. So she winds up on this journey of spiritual enlightenment and self-discovery. And of course, at the end, she's nothing without a guy, Javier Bardem. So you're like, oh, really? So basically, you go on a journey of self-discovery, and you learn about yourself and how much you love life, and you love being yourself, and you're comfortable in your own skin now, but you still can't be fully a woman unless you have a guy.
Is that the Hollywood ending or the book ending?
That's both.
Both are the same.
But in the movie, it seemed very Hollywood.
Well,
and that struck me as wrong.
In the movie, it's Javier Bardem. In the book, it's Wallace Shawn.
Is that right?
Yeah.
Wow.